All right, we are ready to go. Hello, my name is Mara, at YarnQuester on Twitter, and I am going to be your narrator for this evening of Goat to Hell, which is a scenario for the Mall Goths versus Visigoths playtest written by Lucian Kahn at _theogeny, TheogEny, who has written this wonderful game of Mall Goths and Visigoths in a 1996 Los Angeles mall. And I'm very excited for this because I have two wonderful players who want to introduce themselves now. Let's start with up above me, Craig.
Hi, I'm Craig. I am going to be playing a Visigoth tonight named Harmond Halffoot. I use he, him pronouns. So does Harmond, and I'm on Twitter at the_doc_web with 2 B's.
Right. And Eloise.
Okay, I'm Eloise. I'll be playing Freya Miller. Last minute change here. Both use she, her pronouns, and Twitter handles at Power to the Metal. Wait, that's about it.
All right.
Oh, and I'll be the local mall goth witch.
Yes.
And every day.
That too, yes. All right, so to kind of set the scene, we have our wonderful Mall Goths and Visigoths. How, you may ask, did this happen? Well, long ago, the Visigoths were busy invading Rome and, sacking and pillaging and trying to carve a name for themselves in the wilderness, and taking over other people's stuff. And somehow they ended up traveling through a portal that got ripped through time because some Mall Goths were busy in a mall in 1996 Los Angeles suburb kind of area, and playing with a Ouija board. And opened up a portal in time, and the Visigoths spilled through into this mall and promptly began to invade and try and take it over and sort of gain control. And the Mall Goths were kind of annoyed about this, and various infighting happened, lots of sort of displays of superiority, some not infrequent, I imagine, fire alarm pulls happened. Various stores were taken over. Some were seated, some were entrenched, and today we have the scene that you see before you, which is of a fluorescent lit tiled hall, kind of overlooking the top floor of this mall, where you hear the sounds of sort of roller skates sliding across wooden floors, a lot of talking, some bubbling, because there's definitely a weird water fountain in the middle of this, which is very chlorinated. It smells pretty bad. Most of the plants are plastic. And above, in sort of down below, as we're up on this upper floor camera, down below we can see into, kind of on the right hand side, a very nice, unassuming, and by unassuming I mean like black terracotta curtains, evil bed and bath product store, Hail Satin, where we begin our scene early in the morning as our two characters here, Freya and Harmond, have found something out. They have been approached, this dynamic duo, by the management of Hail Satin, who have asked them to find a missing goat statue. It's kind of like a small red goat statue, apparently, and it's worth quite a bit of money. They're promising a reward of $200 if this gets found and returned by management. And sort of behind them, behind So the manager, who is nameless and speaks only in that weird monotone, warbling sound that you get on Peanuts cartoons, is... Let me find Hail Satin. Are two goths. Hemlock, who is kind of skinny, black, a little bit older. He wears black lipstick and a trench coat. He is the cutest guy in town. This is universally acknowledged. And he's also a Latin competition medalist. And he's sort of like sitting kind of arms crossed, sort of looking kind of bored as teenagers are wont to do. And next to him is a Japanese girl in a black velvet corset, long black skirt, heeled boots, and a black velvet choker, who's kind of trying to make faces at Hemlock, apparently. This is Nocturne. And she's not paying attention to this small lecture that they're giving. And we kind of close out this little scene with the manager saying, the last time it was seen, it was at the we had a coworkers only aromathaumaturgy party. and it was kind of there as decoration, and then when we were cleaning up, it was just gone. I don't know where it went. And you all, being the intrepid detectives that you are, get a list from management of the people who were at the party, which include Hemlock, Nocturne, Fritz Fang, Cesar, Judith, Judas, and Bleda the Hun. If you would like to know more about any of these characters, by the way, like if you do not know who these people are, want to kind of like, oh, that sounds fun, want to explore something, just ask me. I will give you kind of their information spiel.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Could you start by maybe just repeating those names?
Yes,
please?
sorry. The people at the party, at this Hail Satin aromathaumaturgy party, which is just glorious. I love all of the names in this game. Are so Hemlock and Nocturne, who are the two people you see behind the manager. Hemlock is the kind of sulky-looking boy. Nocturne is the Japanese girl kind of making faces at him. And then Fritz Fang, who works at... Fritz Fang works at... There's so many names. It's very exciting. He works at Dracula Video, which Freya would know is a Mall Goth store. Like, some of the stores have allegiances based on who works there. That's a Mall Goth store. He is very hairy. It's pretty much what you know about him. Then there's Cesar. Cesar works at Cesar works at Play Gall, which is like a sporting goods store. Harmond, that is a Visigoth loyal store. You know, he's the forward on the soccer team. He's just really nice. Like, he's very nice, Cesar. Then there's Judas, who works. Let's see, where is he? There are so many names. All right. Judas works at the Darkade. Oh, yeah. And actually, the Darkade is where I misspoke before. It was not a skating party. The Darkade is where, the party's going to be happening later. So, that's good. The Darkade is basically like an arcade. It's also got a lot of lava lamps. And the darkest lighting in this mall, which is very good if you are planning to try and be a teenager with hormones. And then the last person, Judith was also at the party. Judith works at the cheese shop. A Fata Worse Than Death, which is a Mall Goth line store.
It's so good.
She is kind of tends to want she, for one thing, skateboards to work in a Victorian ball gown. Always wears like long elbow length gloves at the very least, and she is she's pretty cool. And then the last person at the party was Blada the Hun, which is extremely surprising to both of you because Blada the Hun only speaks Hunnish, which no one in the entire Los Angeles area can speak. So no one knows, or Hunnic. So no one knows what he's saying. No one's exactly sure how he got through the portal, but he's here. And the Visigoths gave him a job. He works at Lemon Theodosius and making milkshakes. You only get the same milkshake ever. It's always bright yellow. And various flavors.
Is it at least lemon flavored?
That's your answer. It's something.
Probably tastes like yellow.
It tastes like yellow. It's like the color of, it's like the flavor of Gatorade. It's yellow or blue.
Lemon Theodosius is also very good. Very good.
I love all these names. Okay. So that's kind of the layout. You've got the whole day to try and figure this out. The party at the Darkade is during that last section of the day. So if you run out a little bit of time, you may have to kind of work through the party. Otherwise, you may try and, find yourself a date or something to kind of have fun there. What would you both like to... and like I said before, this game is meant to be played with a little bit more people. We've got a small group, and so you can choose to stay together, kind of tag team. There is an operation for if you want to help someone out. You can do something embarrassing to kind of distract or assist, which is sometimes pretty useful. Otherwise, you can kind of split up to try and cover more ground. Is there any particular avenue you would like to go down for this first chunk of time? You can stay here in Hail Satin, or you can go elsewhere. What would you like to do?
Do either of us speak Hunnish? I'm assuming not.
No, nobody speaks Hunnic. Okay. I mean, you can try and communicate with charades. He sort of understands it. Hermund, you might have a little bit better luck with charades just because you share a common, background. But the amount of information you can get across is iffy.
Okay.
Just with the language barrier. He does make a good milkshake, though.
I think Harmon will turn to Freya and say, well, I don't know about you, but I could really use my share of that $200 to buy a great deal of boardwalk fries from the food court.
Yeah, those are good fries.
To find this goat statue, this Baphomet.
I agree. I think I want to stay here and talk to Hemlock and Nocturne first.
You want some assistance, or should I start by talking to someone else, perhaps?
I think maybe that I will get more out of them if you weren't here. They're not particularly fond of, your kind. I mean, I don't mind, obviously, but they don't really, so.
I think if they really took some time to look deep within themselves, they would find that we're all children of Jesus. But in the meantime, I agree. I will go to Plague Hall and talk to Caesar.
All right, good. We'll meet back later.
All right. So we're gonna stay here for a second with Freya, who is talking to Hemlock and Nocturne. Oh, it's so wonderful. I love your accents, everyone.
I can't.
So beautiful.
Two clarifying things for the audience who hasn't heard. Just to quickly clarify, my embarrassing trait as a Visigoth, chosen by Eloise, is that I follow a modern religion. And second of all, I apologize. The spring peepers are out in force here where I live, and I have a window open because it's nice out.
Yep.
So I'm going to try to keep my mic muted, but if you hear peeping in the background, it's little frogs outside.
Yep.
So sorry about that.
I suppose at the same time I should clarify that my embarrassing trait is the overprotective parents.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get this thing going because I can't be here too long.
Yep. You got a curfew.
Yep.
Gotta stick to it. All right. So, Freya, you are gonna approach. So as kind of the manager goes back to do whatever managers do. Hemlock sort of slouches and finally looks over at Nocturne. And is like, what is that? I don't. Sorry, I mean, if you could find the thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, $200. That's a lot of black lipstick.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Have you tried the new nightshade?
Obviously, what do I look like? A prep?
I know, right? It's so good. And he proceeds to continue to talk to you about a fair bit about various lipstick shades because he's kind of a connoisseur. You've got your black, right? But there are many variations within.
Yeah, obviously. There's lamp black, there's coal black, there's ivory black, there's just a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you're kind of bonding. You're having this moment. And Nocturne just sort of kind of jumps in as you're talking about this because you're not talking with her. It's just feeling kind of left out. So she kind of jumps in as, hey, so what are you gonna do? You're just gonna ask around?
I guess, but you guys were at the party, right? Did you see anything?
I mean, there was loads of stuff going on. It was definitely, I'm pretty sure, don't tell anyone, but I'm pretty sure that Judith is sweet on Blood of the Hun.
No.
Yes.
Wow. I would never have thought that of Judith.
I know. It's so scandalous, right?
So, did you see them together?
I mean, no, but she was looking at him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Was anyone looking at the statue though?
I mean, I guess. I guess she was, and I don't know. Everyone's looking at it at one point because it's very bright. It's kind of fluorescent. I don't know why.
I don't know. They could have picked a darker tone,
right? Like
gold clashes
black.
with everything.
Yeah. Why would you go with color in general?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Judith was looking at it, and then Cesar, and I guess, I mean, Bit of a Hun was looking at it, but he looks at everything, and can you believe those two? Right? What would they even do? How would they even talk? They can't talk to each
has
other.
that eye that just goes that way.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, you should, if you hear anything about that, just tell me. I want to know.
Obviously. Like, girl, I got you.
Thanks. Oh, gotcha. All right.
But I think that Hemlock was, like, looking at you earlier.
What?
I know. He's, like, really cute, but, like, not my type. And I think...
I mean, of course he's cute. He's the cutest.
I know.
Duh.
Like, he's, like, the best at applying lipstick.
It's kind of amazing. I don't know.
I don't know how he does it, but, like, he's definitely looking at you.
And Hemlock at this point says, I'm right here. Because he hasn't moved away. And he's gone completely, just sort of definitely blushing.
Freya just smiles at him and goes, well, I've got to go.
End scene. This is beautiful. So, you have found out that both Judith and Cesar apparently were looking, kind of eyeing the statue. And apparently, Blade of the Hun might have a thing for, Judith might have a thing for Blade of the Hun.
Do we have, like, pagers or anything?
You do not. Definitely not.
90s.
Yeah. Like cell phones, yeah. Especially a Visigoth, no. You just not have one. I mean, you can yell real loud. It's not that big of a mall, but that will draw attention. Alright. So we're gonna pivot over to what our friend Harmond was doing. You were headed toward the... Which one were you going to? You were...
Playgall.
Playgall. Oh, it's so beautiful. Alright. Playgall is here.
Bottom. Oh, next to the Darkade.
Yes! Yeah. So...
We have cool maps.
It is. I love this map. It's great. So you had just kind of straight across to Playgall, which is pretty big. Nice and spacious. It's one of those weird echoey ones, and it's kind of laid out like a basketball court, but not quite, and it's a little off, and it's kind of dorky. But you are there, Playgall. Where's the list for that one? Ah, yes. It's kind of got like 3 yeah. Alright. So and working kind of at the front register there, sort of kind of looking around, looking bored, like it's early in the morning yet. Actually it'd be fairly busy. All of the like soccer moms have just gone through. You like barely escape past a flock of them as they go by. It's kind of got
question about the world.
Yes.
Do like the normal people know what's going on, or is this like a secret war?
So it's weird, but like weird in sort of we're in Night Vale or in
Nice.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Night Vale, it's sort of like this is weird, but it's this is here. Magic and like any sort of supernatural stuff that you might do, that is not really known. So like if you cast a spell on someone or something, they will not know what's happening. But it is a thing that happens. Yeah, it's kind of this weird microcosm thing. Everyone lives in the mall. It's a weird environment unto itself, like all malls are. Alright. So Playgall, soccer, baseball, and volleyball. It's kind of got some different options. So darker skin boy, kind of like square, solid. He's got black spiky hair with frosted tips, because it's cool. He's wearing a soccer jersey. And he's kind of just like sort of once the crowd of people goes past and he sort of sells out of that like, hi, how are you? Did you find everything you were looking for? Sort of thing. He kind of just sort of like, hey, how you doing? It's a day.
That to Harmond?
To Harmond, yeah.
Okay.
Just sort of, hey.
Good Caesar, how are the footballs?
I mean, they're there. They're pointy.
Excellent. And the round ones with the patterns.
Soccer. That's a soccer ball.
Yes.
Yep. It's Yep.
Well, this was enough preamble. I've come to you for knowledge.
Okay, man.
I have heard that you have partaken of the ritual of aromathaumaturgy.
I didn't partake of anything, man. I don't know what you heard.
I heard that you were there with Hemlock and Nocturne and the Hairy Man.
The weird party thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
I have come seeking a statue, an effigy of a goat that was there. And are you familiar with it?
Yes. There was a weird, yeah. I mean, there was like a little search for it. It got lost in the smoke, in the weird. Turns out aromatherapy, I think, makes me sneeze. I might be allergic. Anyway, what did you want to know about it?
I wanted to find out, the last time you saw it, was it before the smoke arrived?
He appears to spend a long time thinking. I saw it before, and then after the smoke, it was gone. I think. Maybe?
What caused the smoke? Was it an exceptional amount, or just a byproduct of the ritual?
There was a lot of. Well, I've never been to one before, man. It was like. I think the smoke, like, they had rented out a smoke machine or something. I think Judith brought it in. She was very excited about it. She kept going on about, oh, it's gonna revolutionize the mall. Anyway, it malfunctioned or something.
Who else other than Judith was working with the machine?
Well, I mean, Fritz was trying to help her. He was very... Yeah.
I see. And what do you recall of the statue itself before the smoke descended, like the fires descending upon the road?
It's red and shiny. It's a weird, like...
So with the fires.
Yeah. Oh, it's a statue. I don't know what's so special about this thing. It's all... Yeah. It's a statue, man.
True, but I understand it is part of the property of Hail Saturn, and they wish for its return.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyways,
all right.
All the information you wanted?
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Hail Caesar. We will return. Good luck with your rituals of commerce.
Bye. And he gives you like this weird half-hearted wave as you get out of the store. All right.
Have a blessed day.
So we have ended the first chunk of time. Congratulations. You've survived. You have not killed yourself in the first section. Death is around no corners, really. This is the best type. Okay. So then we're going to get into the late morning. You sort of reconvening, share information, I imagine. What are you doing next? Where do you want to go? Are you splitting up again or tag teaming it this time?
So we've reconvened?
Yes.
Okay. So, I was talking to Nocturne, right? And she was like, she thinks that Judith likes Bleda, which I don't see it. But she was also saying that she was eyeing the statue, a lot.
The information that I learned from Cesar was also that Judith was involved with the smoke machine, which
There was a smoke machine? Damn, why wasn't I invited?
it sounds super cool. But there was a great deal of smoke that obscured the statue before it disappeared.
I feel like we should talk to Judith next.
I would agree. Fritz Fang was also working on the smoke machine, so he may be a subject down the road, but perhaps you and I could go together to speak to Judith.
Together? Okay. Well, not like together though, right? Because just like together.
Well, as you're aware, I only have 1/2 foot, so perhaps traveling together, if I were to stumble, you could help me and assist me from falling again.
Oh, well, I mean, I could try, but you're really muscular, so.
He flexes a little in his what do I have, a bone and sinew hoodie.
There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, totally, definitely sleeveless. Like you figured out the rip sleeves are a thing, and you've done that. Wonderful. All right, so we'll have a little montage of the walk across with wonderfulness. Okay. So you have gone over to see Judith at my favorite store, a fate worse than death, smelling strongly of cheese. It's you have to go upstairs for this, and so you ride up the escalator together on the same escalator step or not. It's important questions.
No, we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
Harmon is very cautious approaching the escalator because that's how he lost half of his foot.
It's a tragic accident. The first day you arrived. What was your name? What was your name before this? Smith. Wonderful. All right, and now you are Harmon Halffoot because of escalators. So you very carefully step up and ride up to a fate worse than death, which is the cheese store. It is got some nice mood lighting, so people will stop in and spend time in this terrible mall eating cheese and not eating all the samples and hopefully buying something. And fate worse than death. Okay. It's got nice sort of those yellow kind of low light ambiance lights, and around the entire store are a bunch of dark mahogany coffins, actual just coffin shapes with the lids open, and inside there's a bunch of little pots of cheese with little ice cubes, in the bottom of the coffin so they stay cold and chilled. And it's an array of fine cheeses, and sort of in the middle behind a nice big counter with a big antique register, it's very ambiance-y, is Judith, who has sleeves, long sleeves on, which is kind of unusual. It's this is t-shirt and jeans weather, as is every single sitcom ever. It's always t-shirt and jeans weather unless it's boiling hot or freezing cold. There is no in between.
It's t-shirt and jeans unless it's Christmas.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
How
Yep. And kind of neckline all the way up with a little fake brooch on it. With kind of a cameo, with instead of the cameo, the regular antique kind of cameo style, it's got a cameo with the skull in it. Nice. It's very nice. She kind of waves as you come in. Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just want to say I love your look. I love that you're so dedicated to the aesthetic, even in this weather.
I mean, thank you. I try. So, I'm assuming you're not in here to get cheese, because, I mean, I could give you some samples, but if you eat them all, my manager's gonna kind of throw a hissy fit. So...
Yeah, managers are so, lame.
Yeah. Anyway, what you doing?
Well, I just want to... I just wanted to talk to you about this like awesome party that you were at with like smoke machine.
Oh, the smoke machine was pretty cool. I got like a deal for my cousin. Let me borrow it. Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, did you want to? I don't have it here. Well, I got it in the back. I can't. I keep trying to get. I want to try and turn it on. I think it'd really add to like the underground crypt feel that we've got going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
But they won't let me.
But, like, how did it look at the party? Like, it was probably like really cool, right?
Oh yeah, no, because we had like these lights right in the corner, kind of like those little Christmas light things, and so it sort of like shone underneath them. And it really offset everything, especially with the smells. Which I mean, whatever, aromatherapy, but it was really cool.
Wow, so cool. Was it? But like that like weird statue is there, right? Could you see that through the smoke?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, because it's kind of like it's really bright. I mean, like how?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So like, you saw it like the whole time?
oh,
But it was like really distracting, right?
I mean, yeah, it was there the whole time, and then apparently it got lost somewhere in the middle of it all. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know how like
Said it was
using
bright.
skills works, but I want to use one of my skills.
Okay, Craig, did you have a question while you're looking that up?
I just she said it was bright.
Yes.
I heard it was red. Was the statue also glowing?
I mean, like a little bit. I mean, no offense or anything, but some of you kind of glow. It's a little weird. All right, Eloise,
Yes.
what ability are you trying to use?
Detect lies.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. So, for making this is the first roll of this game. This is not a very roll-heavy game.
I don't have a good history with first rolls.
So basically, you roll for making rolls in this one. You roll 2d6 plus for player characters. Any plus 2 for most of your skills, or plus 3 if that's the one you are highly specialized in. And then I will be rolling against it, and whoever has the higher number basically wins the competition. And for every competition like this we do, if you lose, you get to gain a wonderful, what are they called again?
Hurt feelings.
A hurt feeling. And if you get 2 hurt feelings, you have to deal with your situation by having tearful confessions or something exciting. So that's where we're gonna go. All right.
I have plus 3.
All right. I do not have a skill in that, so I'm gonna say I am just gonna have what I roll. Let's see how this goes. I did not roll well. That's a 4 for me.
Okay, I rolled a 6 plus 3, so 9.
Okay, she is lying.
Hella lying.
Yeah,
okay.
no. She's concealing something. Definitely very interested in the smoke machine. She's very proud of that. That is all true. But something happened with that smoke machine. You definitely get the sense like she's probably involved in this. Like she's kind of looking away toward the back where you're assuming the smoke machine is. You don't know if she's got the goat there. Oh.
Could I see the smoke machine? Just because, like, I wasn't, like, invited to the party, so I just want to, like, imagine it, you know?
Okay. She has a skill called Detect Lies. I'm gonna see if she knows that you all are trying to get this goat, possibly, because she gets to try and see that too. Because your role was to figure out if she was lying, if she was involved with this goat thing, and you definitely figured out, yeah, she's involved with the goat somehow. You don't know if it's here, but she was definitely involved in whatever heist this was. But this role is going to be to see if she's going to let you in the back where you can maybe find some things.
Do I roll 2?
Yes. So that'd be Detect Lies. Do you have any sort of skills in lying?
Yeah, I have plus 3 to my Detect Lies.
Your Detect Lies is different from, let me see here. do I want to roll this?
I get there'd be a separate lying skill.
Yeah,
okay.
like charlatan had a lying skill. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm gonna say because you're a player character, just do +2.
Okay.
I
was
rolled.
gonna up.
I rolled real well for that one. I rolled a 10,
boy.
so that's 13.
Okay, I don't think I can beat that.
Yeah.
You have +2. You if you rolled really well, you could.
I rolled 8 + 2, so 10.
Okay. So let's see. How do I want to do this? So she's definitely lying. You can convince her to let you in the back and see this thing, but you're gonna have to expose yourself in some way that makes you embarrassed or uncomfortable, because she's not gonna believe you just right from this. Like, there's a sense in the back of her, she's got the hairs on the back of her neck are going up, she's got this sense that you're after something, like you're asking a lot of questions about this. So
okay.
What if you want to drop it, you don't have to take any consequences or anything, and you can kind of just go from there. But if you want to get back in the room and see things,
oh no, I definitely want to get back there.
Yeah.
Harmon leans over and says, "I might have another idea."
Okay.
And Harmon says, "What can you tell me about the cheeses in that coffin over there?" And he points back over Judith's shoulder.
I mean that it's like a cheese. That one's stinky. I don't.
As she turns around, Harmon reaches out and pushes a rune stone into Freya's hand, and I'm going to try to make Freya invisible.
Okay. So, is that something that you... I think I'm just rolling against the mall, like the scenario. So I don't have any pluses to this.
Okay. I got it. It just... whatever touches the carved side of the rune stone. Yeah. So Freya, if you take the rune stone,
yes,
you turn invisible. If we succeed, I get a 9 + 2, so 11.
Oh yeah, no, I got a 7. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. So Harmon just sort of like does this sleight of hand, like, oh yeah, look at it's a weird cheese, and Judith kind of turns, and you just sort of like pat her on the back with this runestone, which sticks, and Freya, you see Judith just sort of dissolve, and then you hear a shriek as Freya as Judith turns and realizes that she is in fact invisible, because she looks down and she can't see herself.
No, I was turning Freya invisible.
I'm very sorry. Never mind. Okay, yeah. Actually, then you wouldn't even had to roll for that, I don't think. Because, yeah, she wouldn't have resisted. Okay, yeah. Never mind. So, Freya turns invisible. I misunderstood. Okay. Freya turns invisible, and Judith turns back. And where'd she go?
She had a thing to go to. Her parents, you know.
Okay. Wonderful.
Should I roll to lie?
I mean, it's probably true. My parents do have a thing.
Yeah, she's got +3 to detect lies, so I'm gonna make you roll for that one. That's.
I got a 4.
Oh, I got a 6 + 8. Yeah, I got an 11.
He is definitely lying about it.
No shit. What are you all up to?
Freya tries to sneak in the back.
And she's gonna start like just sort of like flailing out, she's gonna do the like across the room trying to find someone. Mm-hmm. Let's see. These rules are fun. So yeah, she's gonna start kinda, she doesn't have any oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't really have a weapon. So she's just gonna start, like, flailing out, trying to get to Freya, invisible Freya, because she definitely realizes the jig is up here. Freya, are you doing anything in particular trying to, like, get past? Do you have anything that you think would apply to this? Like,
Okay,
sneaking?
so I have this skill, and I don't know what it does.
Okay, go for it.
It's called Haunt.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I want to, like, haunt some of the cheese or something, so it'll, like, float or something and, like, distract her.
Okay. So you're gonna
Or, like, make a
try...
noise somewhere so she thinks I'm over in a different direction.
All right. So you're gonna try and rattle some cheese around.
Yeah, I want to rattle that cheese.
All right. I'm gonna roll for the Mall then against you to see if you can do this. Because we want to keep track of this, Harmon, you failed at a contested roll. So you are going to have to, take a hurt feeling. So there's some suggested ones, on page 25.
Okay.
Are there any, how do you think, this conflict went badly? How do you think, Harmon is feeling? Judith also has a feeling that she gets from this. Like, she people don't like to oppose each other. Like, it's awkward and tense and very uncomfortable for everyone. I'm gonna say she is feeling, she's feeling distrustful, like, because Freya was complimenting, like, her cool smoke machine. She felt really proud of that, and clearly she was using her to get the statue situation, and she's kind of bummed about that. So Judith is going to be distrustful right now. What do you think Harmon would be?
I think Harmon is ashamed because he lied, and that's not good if you're a Mormon.
Yes. No, you definitely broke a commandment.
So.
All right.
So he is ashamed.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. And then we are going to have the haunting happen. So we're going to roll for that. I rolled a 5, though.
Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 7 + 2, 9.
Yes. All right. Nice. So, you succeed. So you're kind of rattling some cheese kind of in a corner away from where you're trying to go. All right. So, what does this sound and look like? What does your haunting do, Freya? Are you trying to make a musical number? Are you trying to melt it all? Are you trying to make it smell real bad? What's going on?
I think Freya makes the cheese just, like, insult her, kind of, like... These cheeses aren't that good anyways. Who, like, uses smoke machines in 1996? Those are so 1984.
Oh, this is definitely feeding into her insecurity right now.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. All right, as the cheese begins whispering in the corner, and a sort of green smoke cloud arises behind as we see in kind of the CGI, the terrible CGI effects that this the budget of the show has, as we see a invisible figure of Freya slide into the back room, where you do indeed see a goat statue above on a little tiny little rickety shelf, like the little storage closet. You see a smoke machine down below, and you see a statue up above. I mean, you could try and get the smoke machine out. It's not that big. It's like a boombox size. What you going for?
This reminds me of how me and Harmon met. Okay. It's, like, really sweet. But anyways, I'll get into it later. Can I, like, peek out and see, like, how distracted Judith is?
Judith is sobbing.
But Harmon, get back here.
Okay.
As this large Visigoth sort of squeezes in behind you, storage closet is getting very crowded.
Hey, Harmon, do you remember, like, when we first met and you used, like, that cool spell to, like, levitate me to, like, get that Stevie Nicks album? I was wondering if you could, like, do that again.
Yes, I still am not sure why Big Disc Energy puts up the Stevie Nicks so high. I think it is because their clerks are freakishly tall.
I know, right? She should definitely be, like, at eye level, because, like, everyone should be buying that album.
I greatly enjoyed the musical sounds that came from that disc.
Oh, really? Me too. She's, like, my fave.
Here, let me craft another.
And he pulls out his hammer and chisel and starts chipping away at a small rock.
You like pry a tile loose from the floor. It's real crumbly. The small.
And we'll so I'm gonna try to levitate.
All right.
I'm gonna try to levitate.
Yeah, the mall will roll against you just for the.
Ooh, I got an 11 plus 2, 13.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
you're fine. All right. So and you hand it over to Freya, who takes it. And you begin to levitate off the floor, just a couple feet, just high enough so you can see where the statue is, high above the statue is higher above the smoke machine. Was within arm's reach, but you're going for the statue.
Yeah.
All right. As you grab the statue.
Oh boy.
You all see as well. Frey, you don't see because this is happening to you. Harmond, you see a bright flash of red, like neon light, and you kind of blink reflexively. This is very bright, and as you kind of like blink away that like aftershocks, which is very uncomfortable. You're not used to bright lights. You see a medium-sized goat. Freya, you are now a goat.
Why does this always happen to me?
There is a small, like, red, like, statue sitting on top of like, the shoulder area. It's just sort of, like, stuck there. You can see her, like, turn and, like, sort of make a bleeding sound. And it's...
So am I levitating with the statue on my back as a goat?
Is it still a goat statue, or is it now a little Freya statue?
It'd be a tiny Freya statue, actually. I like that better. Yeah, just like a sort of like little cutout with like the little hat she wears, and yeah, like still, it's bright red now, but it's like definitely her outfit.
Harmon blinks and says, Freya, oh no, you've turned tiny and you're on a goat.
Ah.
I know, goat, it's terrible.
Ah.
Can you goat your way down?
I try to like goat my way down.
No, you can definitely like you're in control of the levitation still. You can like, make your way down to the floor level again. As your hooves touch ground, the little rune piece that you use to levitate just sort of like pops off and clatters to the floor spent, as they usually do.
Well, what's Judith up to outside?
And that's where
we're gonna end this scene right here.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, as we have made it to late morning or early afternoon.
My parents are not gonna like this.
Oh no! And that's what happens as we have a brief intermission where we see Judith still sobbing outside as you very carefully and cautiously tiptoe out with a goat behind you, tiptoeing behind you, and then we hear over the loudspeaker, would Freya Miller please report to Information Guest Services? Your parents are on the phone and would like to speak with you. And it echoes across and repeats several times as you lead this goat out into the lobby. I mean, you get some looks, but there have been stranger things. There's a pet store in this mall, I mean, for goodness sake. there is, Gerbil Essences is a beauty parlor for humans and pets. They have goats there. I mean, you could try and see if that's a thing. I mean, there's that weird Hun guy who can't talk. Maybe he'd know something. Where are you going? Both of you. I love this game.
Harmon looks down and says,
Well, Goth, we're in a terrible predicament. And poor Freya is now stuck as a statue on your back.
If I like shake my goat self, does the statue like fall off?
No, it's like stuck on there.
Oh.
I think Harmon will try to pull it off.
Okay, sure.
Now Harmon.
You'll see what happens. As Harmon and you're out in the like main lobby area. You're in like the big hallway on the second floor.
He just gives it a gentle experimental tug.
Yeah. As you touch it, there is another bright red flash. And as it clears, we see Freya standing there, just perfectly normal. You're not a goat anymore, Freya. And there is a goat with the tiny statue of Harmon with only half a foot standing on top of it.
Oh no! Harmon half hoof.
Yep. As the tables have reversed. What you doing?
Sorry, Harmon, but I gotta go take this call.
You.
So I lead the goat to the information service desk.
So we head to the information services desk.
Yep.
A bored-looking middle-aged woman with like a perm, with a very bad perm, hands you the phone. Here, dear.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, honey.
Hey, why are you calling me here?
We called because your grandma is having her dinner tonight. It's her 90th birthday.
But Mom, there's like this dance at the mall I want to go to.
That is your grandmother's 90th birthday. You cannot miss that.
But there's like this cute boy that I really like.
Ma?
Yes, you did say that in front of a goat.
He doesn't know what boy I'm talking about. Clearly, I'm talking about Hemlock. He's like super cute.
Who knows? Let's see. You don't have a. Do you have a trait that you think would, or a skill or something that you think would apply to this?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna have you just make a roll then with +2, because that's kind of the standard, like, well, you're not really skilled in it. Yeah, we'll do +2. And then I'm gonna make a flat roll against that to see if you can successfully convince your parents to let you go. Otherwise, I'm gonna have you take a consequence there for this. I got an 8.
I got more than that. I got a 9.
Okay.
Plus whatever.
Your mom, you can hear like the slightest and longest pauses ever. A boy, dear?
Yes, Mom, a boy.
Okay, then
like,
make good.
But he's like
make good
really
decisions.
nice. He's like really like religious or whatever.
In that case, you can stay. Make good decisions.
Okay, I'll call Grandma when I get home, okay?
Okay. And the phone hangs up.
Hell yeah.
And that is what happens in the early afternoon. You assuage your parents. You're halfway through the day, by the way, guys. Let's get into the late afternoon as we have the situation of Harmon still being a goat. At this point, you can kind of hear the hubbub sort of dying down. Freya and Harmon, you are definitely getting looks. Like, a lot of people saw that flash of red light. You you can kind of hear sort of whispers on the horizon as the gossip is spreading. Freya turned Harm into a goat. Do you think she's a furry?
I don't like Harmon, okay? Okay, Harmon, ba once for yes and twice for no. Do you think we should return you to the Hail Satin? Do you think he'll know what to do with it?
Ma.
Oh.
No, that's weird. Forget.
Ba.
That was twice for. Yeah.
Okay, maybe do like a hoof tap. Once for yes, twice for no. Do you think he'd know how to fix this? It's his statue.
Clop, clop.
Dang it. Oh, I don't know what to do. Speak to me, goat.
Is there a mall map around? Is there like
one
of the
there's definitely
kiosks?
one of those like little kiosk things, and so you have access to the map. Yeah. Are you looking for something in particular?
I want to clip clop over to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then point with my nose as accurately as I can towards the what was it called? Hold on.
Yeah. As you're kind of standing...
Lemon Theodosius.
Ah, yes. Lemon Theodosius. Which is on the same floor as you. As you're kind of standing there, the mall map, there's always ones like at the entrances and exits to the mall. And so you're still by a fate worse than death. You're definitely getting glares. Judith is back. She's sort of like... She's reapplied the mascara. And she's glaring daggers at you, too.
Do you know how to fix this?
I'm not gonna help you. You brought this on yourselves, touching each other? Oh my goodness.
I don't like Harmon!
Lemon Theodosius is on the same floor as you. So you could just kind of go down and find that pretty easily. So, Freya...
I'm just trying to communicate it, you know?
If that's where you think will help, so we'll go there.
I mean, you also don't have to listen to the goat.
Yeah.
Listen, I believe in equal partnerships.
Yes.
And I think both people in the relationship should have a voice. Even if they, like, literally don't have a voice.
I love this. I love characters so much. Okay, so you head down to Lemon Theodosius, where you see what's his name? Blada the Hun, sort of slowly cleaning a machine. He's like almost 7 feet tall, just shirtless. He's got like a fur vest of some sort. You are 100% certain this is not up to any sort of health code whatsoever, but everyone is too afraid to go up and tell him so, and also you can't really explain it to him, like health codes are not a concept that he understands. So he's just sort of cleaning, sort of like with a slight he just kind of like got sort of this expression. He has this expression like all the time, every single time you've seen him, every day that you've been in the mall since this all has happened. Sort of cleaning the counter, looks up as you come in.
Bana.
He makes
I don't really know why we're here either.
He sighs, slightly rolls his eyes, and puts on 2 nitrile gloves with a snap, and comes over and gingerly, with 2 fingers, lifts the statue up off of Harmon's back. There is another bright flash of light, and suddenly, he's just holding a little goat statue, and there's Harmon right in front of you. He's back.
Yay! I mean, whatever.
He like indicates. He like face indicates the box of gloves that's behind the counter.
I take my hat off and I flip it and I hand it to him.
And he drops the statue in your upturned hat. You do not turn
Stevie
into anything.
Stevie has one just like this.
Vlada, thank you for your assistance.
So,
While I did somewhat enjoy the experience of being a goat, it is not something I would like to do on a regular basis.
He points at the sign behind him, where the menu options are listed. It says lemon sherbet, lemon freeze, lemon. It's various flavors of lemon confectionaries. All of them delicious. He just points at the middle of it.
Yeah, okay, I'll have one, but like...
And he turns and begins and like makes a 2 motion. He's picked up numbers.
I think we can like split one, right? Like, I'm not that hungry.
Are you certain? I have a mighty thirst for lemon.
No, it's okay. I'll just like have a sip of yours.
Very well. And he'll turn back. That's I forgot. Not only does he not speak it, I forgot he probably doesn't understand either. So yeah, and he'll point to.
Which one do you want?
I don't think it matters.
It does not. It 100% does not.
And then also Harmon points to the hat containing the statue. And then we'll go like this, and then sort of put it over his chest, and then hold it in his hands, attempting to mime "thank you."
Bleda grabs both of your hands as you do that. Just gives you a gentle squeeze. And then releases and go back and makes the one shake that you had requested.
Yeah.
It is.
I'll say, even though I know he doesn't understand, I was like, I think Judith really likes you, like to Bleda, but like I wouldn't go for it. She's like not a good person. Like you can do so much better.
He does not respond. There is no response.
Yes.
Yeah. As he proceeds to make one indeterminate citrus flavored beverage. It is, as previously described, highlighter yellow. It tastes of lemon vaguely. Also, there's some other things in there, like some mint undertones, I think. A little bit of like sort of umami going on. You're not sure what's in there.
Unexpected.
Yes, it's good. He makes good shakes. They are no flavors that are on any menu, though. And you have you share a shake together.
Yeah.
Excellent. I will take whatever. I'll take $10 out of my cash, and whatever extra we have, I'll put into his tip jar for saving me from goatdom.
He gives like a wave of acknowledgement as he continues cleaning, and you exit the shop, having possession of a goat.
We'll grab 2 straws.
Yes.
And Harmon says,
So who is this religious boy you are meeting later, about whom you spoke to your parents?
Oh, that was I was just saying stuff so they'd like let me stay.
Oh, so there's not anyone that you are meeting then?
Well, why are you asking?
This taste of lemon.
He'd go back and sort of
I'm gonna
embarrassed, turn away a little bit.
have you 2 roll against each other. I feel like this is a You both want something out of this, and you're not. You're.
I got a 6.
I got a 5.
Ooh, okay. So, Harmond wins this kind of battle of wits. Harmond? I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just kind of blushing. It's a little. Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
You got that. You both, though, are going to take an embarrassment. Or yeah. You've got, or not an embarrassment,
a hurt feeling?
A hurt feeling, yeah. I mean...
What page are those on?
Those are, what page are those on? 25. And I believe that brings one of you to up to 2.
It's me to 2.
Yeah. So once you get up to 2 hurt feelings, you have to resolve. You have to bring. That's basically like your health in this game instead of hit points and stuff. Once you have 2 hurt feelings, you are so kind of emotionally compromised that you can't make a conflict with someone else until you get one of those resolved. You can do that by spending a scene kind of making a confession or kind of like laying it out there. It doesn't have to be with the with another player. It can be with like an NPC or something, but you have to kind of resolve one of those feelings by talking it out. Let's see which one. So feel free to decide which one you would kind of be feeling at this point. So yeah, Harmond, you would kind of know the situation. She's into you. She doesn't want to admit it for some reason.
So Freya's definitely embarrassed.
Okay. We'll go with that one then.
I think maybe confused.
All right.
Harmond.
Confused. Okay. So you can you don't have to resolve this right now if you don't want to, but until you do, you won't be able to make a conflict with something.
Sure.
Like if a fight goes down.
I think it would make sense to try to resolve it.
Okay.
I don't know. Eloise, do you think that makes sense for us to resolve that scene together, or do you have something that you want to do and I would go do that with an NPC?
Would resolving it like take up one of our time slots then?
It would. Yeah, you've got 2 left. You have currently possession of the goat as your GM. I'm going to tell you you now have to you're in Lemon Theodosius. You have to get this down to the bottom floor. Everyone in this mall is aware that this ghost statue is here, and you've definitely drawn eyes. You are probably going to have a confrontation on your way down to get it. So
yeah, it's like the literal opposite side of the mall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
maybe we should wrap it up first then.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. So this sort of denial happens at the door to Lemon Theodosius. There are hurt feelings.
I have some questions, Freya, if I may.
Okay, I guess.
Across the way, as you exit Lemon Theodosius, across kind of the open air kind of balcony area that kind of drops down to look down on the first floor. There is the Hypergirl roller rink, which currently has sort of the lights dimmed. Like they've got like some disco lights going on. It looks like they're trying to do some sort of competition with the Darkade dance that's going to be happening soon. It's not being very successful. They've got like cheesy 80s dance numbers on. It's real bad. And then there's Dracula Video, where which is pretty well lit. And then kind of, and Dracula Video is a little bit loud because right next to it is Tiny Jotun Adventurers, which has pony rides and things, which is full of shrieking children. It's quite loud. But those are kind of the things in the immediate vicinity.
Can we get to the roller rink without interruption, or should we duck into? Because I feel like the
you could both.
Dracula video is Dracula video busy at all, or is it empty?
It's fairly busy. Well, actually no. Dracula video is like tomb quiet. You definitely think you could make it across to the roller rink. All goths tend to avoid the adventurers area just because small screaming children are not goth at all. You kind of want to avoid that. So you could definitely make it across to there without, you think, interruption. Yeah. Getting further in the mall, probably not, but the roller rink, definitely.
Harmon will kind of gesture that way and see if Frey is willing to go that way.
Yeah, she'll go.
Okay.
So you duck into the roller rink. It is dark. There are flashing lights. They turn green.
Okay. How old is Harmon? It seems like
you.
How old are you? Is your character?
He's 16.
You're all 16.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
you're all the same.
I thought. Okay, good.
Yeah, he just talks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just talks like that.
I'm sorry. That's my Visigoth accent. I don't think that's remotely historically accurate.
No.
No, I don't think
that's
so.
not the point of this game. Historical accuracy is not the point.
I went for sort of a Germanic, Austrian style thing. Now the mechanics of resolving her feelings.
It's basically you just have to talk it out. Like there's not a role for it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So Harmon says, so we were talking about that time in Dracula Records, or no, in Big Disc Energy, when I helped you get the Stevie Nicks album.
Yeah.
And do you still have it?
Well, obviously, why would I get rid of Stevie Nicks?
Maybe I could come listen to it sometime.
Oh. I mean,
If you want.
what, like, I don't mind. It's just like, like my parents, like, probably don't want me to have, like, a boy over.
Well, I heard maybe at the Darkade later they're having a party tonight.
I heard something about that too.
You think they might be playing some Stevie Nicks?
I hope so.
You want to maybe come and see if we can get them to play some and could listen to it. You could tell me which ones you like.
Okay, whatever, sure. Why not?
And lo, they both got dates to the Darkade later that night.
Yay!
Ta-da! It has been resolved. Okay.
So does that reserve my hurt feelings as well, or only like one at a time?
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. Why not? Let's do it. All right. And thus we get to the final scene before this night sort of reaches its finale with the Darkade dance. You have to get across the mall.
Biggest challenge of all.
It's like the Warriors, but low stakes as possible.
Yeah. No. So the scene is both of you standing side by side. Freya with her hat in hand. Harmond with the remnants of a straw wrapper that he doesn't quite know what to do with because he's not really sure about this whole straw wrapper. This is very weird. You're not quite sure about straws or anything about this world in general. It's very foreign, but you are here with your date to the dance, and that seems good because
he as what I assume is the running montage music starts to play.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
He tosses the remains of the lemon Theodosius into the nearby trash can, pulls up his bone and sinew hoodie, pulls it down, and looks and gives sort of a nod to Freya.
Freya quickly runs over, pulls it out, and puts it back in the recycling.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
And you begin.
And then nods. Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
And you begin the walk across the mall. You get down the escalator safely. No mishaps.
Yes.
But as you begin...
Still got 3/4 of my feet.
Yep, exactly. But as you begin to walk past the fluorescent lights now flickering off of Plague All, you see 3 figures step out of the shadows that form. You see Lakshmi, an Indian girl who works at the Hypergirl roller rink. You did not see her before when you were having your little discussion. She's in the middle with her arms crossed, kind of like staring you down. Like, flanking her is Judith with her hands on her hips, sort of glaring at you two with hatred and the smell of cheese. And next to on Lakshmi's other side, you see sweet Cesar, who looks kind of concerned and confused and a little bit hurt. Like you've wounded him personally. Lakshmi says, "Statue's mine."
No. We went through several things. We were both goth for a period of time. We had a refreshing beverage. This ends now.
But
Yeah, it totally doesn't belong to you.
Yes, it does. I paid Judith to get it for me so that I could give it to... And then she pauses and looks over at Cesar, who blushes and looks down at the floor.
I use my
So we would
skill.
go to the dance with me.
Wait,
I use my
Darcy, about
skill.
who?
I use my skill. I use my skill.
Yes.
Once per day, I can ask an emotional question, and that person must answer with an honest emotion.
All right. What are you asking?
And I don't need to roll for it. It just
Nope.
happens.
What are you asking? Who are you asking?
I ask.
Lakshmi is in the middle.
No, Cesar.
Cesar, yes.
Would you like to go to the dance with Lakshmi?
He looks down at the floor and sort of scuffs his foot. I mean, we kind of broke up before, but like she was willing to get the statue for me, and that's pretty badass. Yeah. And Lakshmi looks at him. He's like, really? I mean, because I thought you wouldn't go unless I got you that stupid statue. I mean, you're always staring at it and stuff. And Cesar looks across and is like, I only stared at it because you were reflecting. It was like on your skin, the glow. And then they both look at each other and blush. And that is where the tension dissolves, and we fade away to a scene in the dance floor that the darkade has become, with the lights low, the lava lamps in the corners. It's all sort of reds and purples. There's the dulcet sounds of your favorite Stevie Nicks song, because you have managed to bribe the DJ to play it. What is
with
this?
with our reward?
Yes!
Yeah.
Your $200 reward! And that, ladies and germs and all sorts of folks, is where this game of Mall Goths and Visigoths is going to end. Thank
Also,
you.
the song is definitely leather and lace.
Nice.
Wonderful. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as we did. We will see you next time. We are going to be having another session of this where we kind of talk through our experiences and what we enjoyed about the game, things we liked, didn't like, how we think it all went. So we hope you will join us for that as well. But for tonight, good night and have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, undeath, who knows. Have a bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.